Tell me first, let's talk about James Sands, broken collarbone, and both times against FC Cincinnati, he's had a rough go of it. But what does that mean, the loss of James Sands?
Well, it's bad news for us. We have to check in New York. We have to wait at least 2 days, but it's not a good news for us because I love this player. We need this player. We need everybody, but especially this player is. Sometimes the soccer is not fair with the players, and right now it's not fair with Jimmy because he deserves to play with our team. He's an amazing player, and sometimes that happens. That is soccer. And soccer sometimes is not fair with the players, and that happened with Jimmy. It's a bad news for us.
So Ben Sweat comes in, and he comes off a back injury. He hadn't played in a couple of games, but he seemed to do well as a sub.
No, but I knew he was ready to play. I'm very happy with Ben because Ben was injured in Salt Lake, and he started to play the center back in the left, and he played 20 minutes really well. And after that, he was injured, and I'm happy with the players come back after 2 games, after 3 games, and they have focus in the game. I'm very happy for Ben. It's a pity for our Jimmy, but very happy with the performance Ben brings, especially we treat everybody. Not all the time it's about our scorers. It's very important because right now they are in top form, both Ever and Tati. It's a good news for the New York. But we have to, it's a step by step. We have the focus right now in the next game, is Columbus, and we will try to win the next game. That is when you are in September, August, September, October, you have to be focused in every single game. But because it's not easy to play here in this kind of fields, you know. We miss 80%. The passes, maybe the reason why is the field. We don't get used to play. I'm not get used to play in this field. It's not easy for Maxi Morales. It's not easy for me. It's not easy for these kind of players because it's different. But at the end, I'm very happy because we got 3 points. It's very important for our future. Because the first goal for us is to play the playoff, and the second goal to try to play the semi-final, the final, and to try to win the MLS.
So Tati and Ebert together, they're playing closer together too. Like that. Yeah. One of the goals was Castellanos let it run, and then Ebert was there.
Yeah. No. They play really well both because they have a special feeling. To each other, and it's a good news because sometimes I need to play just when I want to strike. It depends on the opponent, and 2 players like I don't know Jesus, Gaz, or Mitri in between the lines, and sometimes I prefer to play with 2 strikers when playing in between the lines, Maxi Morales, because right now when you have 2 players able to score 12 goals right now, Ever and 9 goals, Tati. It's better to play with them, right? It's simple like that. No, it's my feeling sometimes. I say many times, I choose the players about the performance in the facility. The opponent is very important if you want to play with 2 strikers or 1 striker. But right now, when you have 2 strikers in the top form, you have to play with them.
You acquired Eric Miller to help out with Anton Tinnerholm. Anton couldn't play today, so are you satisfied with Miller?
Yeah, every game plays much better. It's not easy to arrive here 2 weeks ago and understand what the team needs sometimes. We practice in the facilities, but you have to play with personality. And this guy have personality. This player have personality. Sometimes he can play much better because I watch many games about Eric and he can play much better. But it's not bad because when we are in trouble with Anton, and Anton needs to rest, it's important to have another player in the fullback. Sometimes I decide maybe to play with JP or sometimes maybe play with Seb. Why not? But it's okay. I'm happy with the performance, Derek.
Anton, Alexander Collins, and Ebenezer Rafori all home. Do you have any idea about each of them? What's going on?
The problem maybe will be Anton because he's very, very tired. He has discomfort in the hamstring. But he's the same Alex. But Alex maybe could play today. But we decide with the medical staff don't take a risk because if you miss right now Alex Collins, maybe you miss this player for 1 month. And maybe my feeling is about Alex. Maybe he's ready to play. He has more possibilities to Anton to play next game against Columbus.
How about Rafori?
Sorry?
Ebenezer Rafori?
Evan has discomfort with the knee. I don't know. We have 2 days. It's nothing. It's not serious. Maybe he can play as well. Maybe Anton, but we don't like to take a risk when we have another player because it's very important. Everybody knows Anton for us because when he play with 5 in the back, he play like a winger and he has this energy to play. And it's not easy. We have to manage the team right now because you have time. It's not the playoff. If you ask me about the playoff, maybe I say to you he can play or he will play the next game. But step by step, we have 2 days or 3 days before Columbus, and we have to know exactly what happened with these 2 players.
But that brings you to Keaton Parks, who
Keaton Parks has a discomfort with the ankle. In the ankle, it's not serious. I think Keaton will be able to play the next game against Columbus. I think so because he told me it's just an ankle. That happened in this kind of fields. It's not easy to play because we are not used to working in that way. It's not easy for the players, but I'm sure Keaton will be ready for the next game.
So final thing, leading into Columbus, do you feel like you've got your team back playing the way you want? Do you feel good about how it's going to go?
No, exactly. No, exactly. A little much better, but not exactly because I remember we played much better 1 month ago, but we are in the right way, We play many times short, the build-up, and we practice 2 minutes when we are in trouble, play long ball, but not long ball for long ball. We have 2 or 3 signals, different signals, and everybody understand when Sean say that you have to play in diagonal, or maybe Sean want to play behind them. But I'm happy because at least we try to play short. I don't like to play short for playing short, but when you play short, you have more opportunities to kill 5 players.
Right.
And after that, you have smart players in between the lines, Maxi and Mitri. And for me, it's my opinion, you can play much better. It's better than last game, for sure, but it's not exactly the best way to play. We play much better. I remember, for example, if you ask me about that, almost the perfect day was against DC in the cup. It's short play short. When they are coming, you can play long after that. But okay, we are in the right way.